Hey everybody, I just want to show you a few things, some tools that you might need to complete the next assignment, which is asking for 3 separate designs, but you're using the same text or the same copy in each design, and you get to do some different things within each design, okay? So I've got up here 2 artboards. I just want to show you at a certain point, if you open up and you have one artboard, you can always add a new one by going here to the artboard panel and clicking this button. Okay, so that'll bring in a third artboard now, or fourth or fifth, or however many you need, right? But so we had one. So if you open up and you have one, you can always add more, because since this is calling for 3 designs, you can have all 3 artboards in one file. If you want to do them separately and upload 3 PDFs, that's fine too. Okay, so we're going to zoom in a little bit here. All right, so let's hide that. And actually, you know what? I'm going to select this one artboard here, and I'm going to actually delete it because I only really want to show you guys. I don't need that many artboards taking up space. Okay. Okay, so I made a little modification to the directions as well. It's nothing to worry about if you already did the assignment or started the assignment, but the assignment does say, the directions say 1/4 inch margins, 1/4 inch gutters, and 4 columns. And in thinking a little bit about that, I'm changing it so that we're not really paying attention to gutters. I'm going to show you how to put in columns, but I'm going to point out that this is not the way you want to do it for this assignment, because it's not going to work for our purposes, okay? However, if you had a collection of text, okay, so I just went to the type tool, okay, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm just going to draw. I made it, you know, my 8x8 artboard. I'm just going to take up the size of the board, and I'm drawing a text box here, with the type tool. It's filled up with that lorem ipsum. So one thing that you can do is you can come to type, and you can do type area options, and this box opens up, and see over here, number of rows, number of columns. Okay, I'm going to increase that to 4. You can see the gutter is the default of 1/4 inch, 0.25 inch. I'm going to say OK. And that's what it does. So it took all the text and it broke it into 4 columns. And that's great. And that could work for a lot of different types of assignments, you know, different designs. For the design that you're working on, or designs, again, you're making 3, that's not really going to work for your purposes, because what's going to happen is, if you go in now and you want to you want to change it from being the lorem ipsum, right, to the font, or the excuse me, the type that I've provided, right? So common typographic diseases. Okay, even if we go ahead and we change the font size from 36, the default Myriad Pro, okay, 36, even if we bring that down to something much more manageable, like say 14, it's still forcing you to keep all of the text in these 4 columns, okay? So that is the way that you would make columns with a 1/4 inch gutter. The gutter refers to the space in between the columns, okay? However, for this assignment, that's not going to work. Okay. But I just wanted to show you how to do it. Okay, so for this assignment, again, we're not worrying about the gutter anymore, okay? What you really want to do is just use your guides. Okay, so you're bringing in your rulers. Remember, when you open an artboard, you go to View, Rulers, okay, for your rulers to show up, Guides. Guides are brought down from the top or over from the side. Okay, you can delete them. If you select them, click delete. You can also just kind of pull them up off to the side, etc. Okay, so what I've done is I've brought in, let me zoom in a little bit. So I brought in some guides where I've created for myself 4 columns. Okay, so that's for this assignment, that's the way you want to go about working with your 4 columns. Okay, so what have I done next? Well, I've got some things going on here. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I've got I want to show you some fun things you can kind of do with your type tool. So the first thing I want to show you, so you know, standard type tool, great. You can type Okay, lorem ipsum pops up. Common typographic diseases. All right, now putting all three words, if this is your headline, right, you know, putting all three words in one text box might not be the way to go, but we're going to do it for now. Okay, we're also going to make it a little bigger. Okay, we're going to extend the size of the text box, maybe so it all fits on one line. Okay, we're going to tighten up the text box here. All right. So typically a headline would be at the top, right, of a document, okay, of a design. I'm just kind of moving it down here for a second. And with it still selected, I'm going to go into the type tool and I'm going to right click, and I have a bunch of options that come up here. All right. And so one of them is this touch type tool. Okay. So what that allows me to do is to select just one letter. In this case, I've selected the letter C. And check this out, because I think this is kind of neat. I'm going to move it, okay, and it shifts. It kind of moves everything else. I'm going to grab my T. I'm going to pull that up. That's kind of neat. Okay, my D, right? I'm not saying that you necessarily want to do this. Move this out of the way. But I just wanted to draw everybody's attention to this option of the touch type tool, okay? Another interesting tool, the vertical type tool, okay? So when you do vertical type, does exactly what it says, right? Now your font here, or your baseline is on the vertical. So typophilia, right? That's one of the typographic diseases, you know, that you're going to be using. You know, so something else that you might want to do here. So maybe you want to change the color of just one letter, right? So I've selected the letter I. I'm going to come over here to my color palette and I'm going to change it to magenta. Okay, kind of neat. Maybe now I want all my eyes to be magenta. Okay, so I'm going to change that one. You know, other things that we can do with color and shape, right? So I drew a, let's delete that. Actually, this is a really cool tool. If you click this, so there's the shape tool, which is neat, but this tool, okay, the shaper tool is pretty fun. Excuse me. So basically, it just allows you to draw. Okay. Okay, there's a little jump there with the webcam. Sorry. So basically, it allows you to kind of draw something messy, and it cleans it up for you, right? So if you try to draw a circle, well, mine are turning out more like ellipses. There we go. It knew I was trying to do a circle that time. So that's a kind of a neat little tool. You know, so you can use shape. We've talked about you could put the color inside the shape. Actually, maybe we want to keep it magenta. Okay, so you're going to think about your color palette. Other things like say you draw, so you got your type tool. Okay, you're writing. Let's do all lowercase. Whoops. Typophilia. Might help if I spell it correctly here. Typophilia, okay. So let's say you do this, but then you decide that you want to see what it looks like in all caps, right? So you can come up here to type. Okay, whoops. And you can do change case. Everybody see this, right? And you can change, it'll change the whole thing to uppercase. Now what happened? Uppercase letters took up a lot more room than the lowercase. So I've got this little red box with a minus sign in it. It's telling me that there's more text that's not showing. So I had to open up my text box, make it a little bigger. All right. So these are essentially the elements you're playing with. Shape. You can use lines. Go over here, just do our line tool. Remember to hold shift to draw a nice straight line. Maybe we want to make that magenta. Maybe we want to make it really big. Whoops, make it magenta. There we go. Okay. You know, maybe we want to put the line over here. You know, we've obviously got our typography that we're playing around with, our typographic elements. Okay. So think about capitalization. Think about color. think about shapes, you know, think about how you can lay out using these elements, you know, create 3 different designs, one of which you're only using just black, no other colors. The second one you get to use colors, and the third one you get to use color and shape. Okay. So again, don't get hung up on creating the gutters, the columns feature. You know, again, after talking with some students, realized that that wasn't actually going to be best suited for this purpose, but you see how to use it. But using your guides, bringing in your rulers, using your guides, okay, and just playing with these elements here. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to seeing your 3 designs, and that's about it. So have a great weekend.